Cassie's mother took the stand yesterday saying that Sean Combs demanded $20,000 from her.
And she said she had to take out of a loan and just in order to pay it, and that she did because she feared for her daughter's safety. Cassie's mother, Regina, says Diddy demanded the money after becoming enraged that Cassie was dating someone else. She also says that he threatened to release sex tapes of her daughter. And so she felt like she had to give him the money so that wouldn't happen. Diddy's former personal assistant also took the stand, saying that he prepared hotel rooms for Diddy's freak-offs. And the jury heard from an exotic dancer who said that he was hired to participate in them. And Diddy is pleading not guilty to charges of sex trafficking and racketeering. And then rapper and entertainer Kid Cudi is expected to take the stand to testify about his brief relationship with Cassie 14 years ago. And they want to talk about how he was threatened because of it. And at one point, his car was blown up. Diddy threatened and said that he would do it. And then at one point, his car was blown up. So they're going to talk about that while he's on the stand. He's expected to take the stand there.
Wow. Again, that thing's going to go on another probably 5 weeks.
The email alleged that Diddy was going to release 2 explicit sex tapes of Cassie on or before Christmas, and that he also mentioned to Cassie that he'd hurt her and it wouldn't be by his hands, that he would actually be out of the country when this went down. The prosecution asked, how did she feel when she received the email? She said, you know, it scared her, it threw her off. And she said what really stuck out to her and what really threw her off was the mention of the sex tapes. Like, wait, what? There's sex tapes? Her mom also made note that Kid Cudi was mentioned in this email as well. And that at the same time, or not too far from them receiving this email, Sean Combs then reached out to Cassie's mom and her dad, allegedly her mom and her mom's husband, and demanded $20,000 from them because he was mad at Cassie. And when they asked, well, what was he mad at Cassie about? Her mom alleges that he was mad about Cassie's relationship with Kid Cudi, and he had recently spent $20,000 on Cassie for some reason and was demanding the money back.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in as this Diddy federal RICO and sex trafficking trial is getting wilder by the day, as they is holding nothing back and they putting it all on display for everybody to see, from all the lubricants, sex toys, and conversations being used, all the way where you could read the interviews of the people on the stand, from the escorts to the assistants and everything with it. They is not saying that Kid Cudi about to come on the stand and testify. And I had a links in the description where you can watch the clips at the beginning in full from Fox and Lauren LaRosa, who been doing a good job keeping us updated. She been coming through with the full breakdowns through day by day with it. As you heard there, Kid Cudi is coming on next. We seen his name getting mentioned in the lawsuit. They said he testified by this week. Now, somebody by the name of 50 Cent, who we know is taking some enjoyment to this. And I don't even know if he taking enjoyment with it, but he most definitely been poking fun at Diddy since it started. And when he got the news that Kid Cudi was going to be testifying, he went to the gram and said, Kid Cudi going to testify like I'm on your A now, Diddy. Don't act like you didn't do it now. You did it. LOL. And he put up photos of Kid Cudi wearing the dress, mocking him as well with this when the news that came out that he was going to be testifying. And if you've been following the channel, you already know why I stand with that lame weirdo chump nigga Kid Cudi, with him wearing the dresses, taking the pictures with the boy like he had a marriage, and painting his fingernail polish just to get back hot and be up in the news and the algorithm at that time, selling his soul, trying to make it a tribute with the Kurt Cobain stuff and all that other Hollywood flipping and catching action that he had going on. Nigga, we ain't going. He's a complete weirdo, but that's a different discussion. If you know, you know. We'll talk about that at some other time. And write-ups from this had said, rapper and actor Kid Cudi is expected to testify at the Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking trial this week, taking the witness stand to tell the jury about his brief relationship 14 years ago with Combs' ex-girlfriend, the R&B singer Cassie. Prosecutors say Combs was so upset about the relationship that he arranged to have Kid Cudi's convertible firebombed, according to court filings. Cudi, whose legal name is Scott Miscuddy, won't be called to the stand before Thursday. Prosecutors informed the judge. In the meantime, a federal agent resumed testifying Wednesday in the Manhattan courtroom about what investigators found when they raided Combs' home in March 2024, 6 months before his arrest last September. Cassie says Combs threatened her over a relationship with Miss Cudi. Miss Cudi and Cassie dated in 2011 while she was still involved with Combs. Cassie testified that Combs discovered their relationship after finding emails between her and Miss Cudi's staff on her phone during a freak-off. Combs then lunged at her with the wine bottle opener, she testified. Now, what they're alleging with this car bombing is because they didn't say they had the actual documented proof, like without a doubt that Diddy did it, but they said he made threats that he was going to do it. He told Cassie he was going to do it, and then it did happen. He did tell Cassie, hey, I'm going to blow his car up or something like that. And that's what they're going to be talking about in the courtroom whenever they decide to bring him in. Now, when it comes to her mother, she testified Diddy was upset. She had to take out a home equity loan for the $20,000, and she sent the money right over, but Diddy eventually sent the money back to her. And that comes off to me as Diddy, with that situation, they said he was threatening to put out the tapes. They had the photos. She had the photos of Cassie being bruised up, like Cassie had told her what was going on. Diddy was tripping. They got into a fight on Christmas that's around that same time as well, where they was arguing outside, and Cassie mama was into it with him as well about all this stuff going on. But Diddy, power trip, ego, tripping, emotional, full of that dope, full of all them drugs that he be on, and they didn't put them all out there for the world to see. Diddy was a drug addict, was on the pills, the Exos, and everything else, going crazy. And they saying like, hey, Diddy was basically tripping and out of line and crossing the line because she was dealing with Cudi. Now she dealing with them at the same time. And we know, dog, this how this stuff go with the D and the P getting involved with it. But as I said before, I stand on this with it. We see 50 Cent, he just go troll. He just want, this is what he does for his branding and marketing. I ain't for no nigga or laughing at niggas going to jail, but I do know that people is go click the video when they see 50 Cent talking about it and stuff, and it makes it to where you can still break it down and people get the information. That's the reason I be doing that. But with this right here, as I said, dog, Diddy, abuser, this is known. They've admitted that. Diddy, crossing the line. This is known. This is a thing. But just taking all the violent acts, the domestic violence, abuse, his drug usage, and putting this in a thing where we saying this is all a RICO, but at the same time, he has affected a lot of people. He's done a lot of people wrong in this circle or made people feel away. But now the way that the feds work, this is the government. They make the rules where they say, hey, we're going to take all your crimes that you committed and you use your enterprise, your money, your influence, and your power structure to affect all these people. We get them all in the courtroom at one time, get them to testify in front of a jury, make you look like a complete scumbag and like you're a nuisance and a problem to society. Who knows what they'll come up with. I'll say innocent until proven guilty on the RICO charges with this, because that is like, man, when we hear sex trafficking, bro, let's keep it a band. Sex trafficking, and to me, it's like, hey, bro, I'm holding people hostage, and really, like, they don't have a choice. They can't leave. Nigga, I'm keeping them cooped up and chained up. They illegals. They not really registered citizens in America, and I'm capitalizing on all that, keeping them in a house. Now, they didn't raise that up to really just things like, even with pimping now, what used to be pimping and pandering, they call that sex trafficking, any type of form of people doing sex work. But now, they got to the point where they using it on his ex. Diddy paying these male sex workers. We just seen them niggas come up there and testify and talk about how nasty pissy Diddy and nasty Cassie got with them as well. Diddy and Cassie was in love with each other, very much so from what I'm reading and gathering. I wasn't there. I wouldn't want to see a woman go through those things at all, but she fell in love with their lifestyle, the money, the flash, the glitz and the glamour, but then also the other part of the lifestyle, the being super duper high and the sexual experiences you getting from being that high. But then the dark side of that comes the abuse, the violence, maybe feeling like you ain't got no choice. Oh, feeling like I can't go date nobody else. He all I got now. I got to deal with whatever he got to say because she had felt trapped at times. I'm pretty sure she probably did. I'm just saying for the RICO charges, they going to word it how they want to word it. It's all about what the jury say at the end of the day. I just say with Diddy, bro, you got to know, nigga, you $1 billion nigga. You got all this access, all this power. Man, all this old freaking nigga wild nigga doing the tapes and hey, I want to see the man bang on a woman, piss on a dog out and all that. Man, bro, you got too much money. You get all these women in the world, man. Nigga can't be doing that. And we got to tell niggas that in the future. Hey, bro, all your little sexual fetishes and stuff like that, bro, which the world shouldn't be privy to what you do in your personal life sexually, as long as they doing it by choice, not by force. But this is what happens, man, when you one of them type of niggas, when you're getting all these people involved and you know what's going on. You think you can't be touched. You think you can't be took down. Oh, yeah, there's always somebody looking to catch you slipping and messes up so they can lock you up. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos. All that 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.